Hello guys, it's Peter from PS Sound, and this is a beautiful Volvo V90 cross country that has come to me in Hungary. Just like I shared a video last summer when I was away on holiday, and we had the training in Hungary as well for the guys in Europe. I also had a car that came to me for a tuning session because he wanted to come to the training, but it wasn't the right time right now with everything else that's happening with the family, because we know training is not cheap. But we knew that this car needed a proper tuning session, so now you should be good for a while. Hopefully you're not going to change it soon, because now this is a very complete system. And I just wanted to show it to you guys because it's a beautiful moment when someone builds a system on his own. You had no help from a shop, no. Did you? Nobody. Oh, you bought that sub box from a shop. But you will see, guys, that he's done a lot himself. Well, you did everything else yourself. So I just want to show to you what's happening in this. So in a moment I'm going to come back and you will see what's underneath the floor. Here at the back, that's a temporary sub box because you just changed it before you came to me. What sub did you have before?
Oh, it was audio system 10-inch.
Oh,
in this
okay.
Enclosure.
Something that wasn't quite capable to play the low end, especially once you built the front sub. So we were talking about options, and lately this Focal 30KX sub in sealed is one of the latest favorites, because it does pretty much everything that you can ask for from a sealed enclosure. It's tight, it's precise, and it plays really low too, and it can take the power as well. So it kind of ticks all the boxes. Yeah, now this enclosure is not built to size, as you can see, but it will be, you know, sorted out at a later stage. Now what was important to get the system tuned. Changing the enclosure to a different size is not going to make any difference. So I'm going to come back here and I'll show what's underneath, what's running the system. Till then I go to the front, because, you know, having mid bass in the door is not magic. A lot of treatment was done to the whole door, to the outside, the inside, the door card. Everything was done pretty much that can be done, or what I could do as well. Do you have the rainbow mid bass in the door that comes with the freeway set?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Currently they call it audio circle, but
yes,
the brand is known as rainbow.
Yeah. So Shimon fitted the tweeters and the mids on the pillars, because yes, we have fantastic location from factory for mid and tweet, but like wiring everything fully active in the door is not a simple task for most people, and there are limitations with that door location. However, if someone wanted a OEM platform, keep it look factory, then you could get away using those locations pretty well, because they are relatively good. Mid and tweet are close, and there's also a center speaker location. But after he heard many cars with speakers on the pillars, he wanted to go with that. That's definitely solid mounting for the mid-range now, all built by himself, and that works just fine. However, throughout the progress of the build, we had consultations. Some of you guys know that I have my Patreon channel. He's been following me over there as well, and we were talking about options, what we could do to get proper upfront bass, because people expect magic when they put a mid bass in a factory location and a sub at the back, and they think they cover everything. However, even if you do all the soundproofing in a door, it's not a rigid environment, and even with all that treatment, there's plenty of rattle, buzzes, and the bass is not the tightest. And it's not due to the speaker, it's not due to the installation, it's just the fact that the door is not the most desired environment. I know some people can shake their head on that, although most of you guys who've been following me, you know that I'm always against using doors. However, yeah, there are occasions when you can't do anything else, just like in this case. So that's when we looked at adding a front sub, because that can take the stress of the mid bass from the door. It doesn't have to be crossed so low, and a front sub definitely gives a lot of upfront musical tight bass. Integrating the rear sub will be way easier. And here we have a, what volume did it become roughly?
14 liters.
14 liters, which is plenty enough for this SB Acoustic 10-inch driver, which looks bigger than 10. It's very capable and it's very shallow. Don't worry, there's another layer of panel in front of this with protective grille, and then the floor carpet goes in front of it. Actually, you can pop it in, and then it's fully, there you go. Yeah, it's fully protected, fully functional. There you go. Click, click, and then that carpet goes in front of it, and it's nice massage for the passenger's feet, that's for sure. But in driver's seat, it gives a stunning integration once everything is tuned properly. Mid-bass, front sub and rear sub may sound like a mad solution for many people, but at the same time, yes, you've seen solutions like this from us many times on the channel, and this works definitely beautifully. This is the best solution when you can't install mid-bass without any buzzes, rattles, you can't get controlled bass up front. That front sub definitely helps. We also have a center location where the same mid-range is fitted. That's not necessary, but we had the channels and we thought, why not? It's nice to play with it, especially when you have a Helix DSP and you have real center algorithm. Then that can work really well. It can help for the passenger as well to get better, slightly better staging and mid-range. Not just like, you know, when you tune a car to the driver, focus to the driver, then the passenger only hears mainly the passenger side. Staging as such is not so pinpoint accurate for the passenger, but musically it's still nice, and then with the additional center feel it can help for both sides. So that's that. We use the factory rear feel in the doors, which some people think that keeping the factory speakers is not a great idea, but in this case for rear feel duty is perfectly enough, especially once it's amplified, once it's tuned, and it just does a good job. And at the back, now we come to the back, now we can see what's happening here, because yeah, you still have a full-size spare wheel. I mean, not a full size, it's a space saving, but still you have a spare wheel. Functional, yeah, and then you have a lot of gear down here. Now the fan is on as well. We managed to heat up the space here. So it's a relatively tight space where we have a Helix P6 Ultimate there on the left hand side. So that's a 6-channel amplifier with a 12-channel DSP. So out of the 6 channels we run the mid bass with that amplifier, we run the rear feel, then with channel 5 we run the center feel, and with channel 6 we have to send the speaker level out into another monoblock on the other side to the Helix M1, only on speaker level because there's no other option for the front sub, but it works great. There's no noise, it's clean, yeah, it's sufficient. Then with the 4 RCA outputs, because this amplifier has 4 RCA outputs, the P6 Ultimate, we go into the Brax graphic amplifier over there. That runs the mid and the tweeter up front, and the last 2 channels can only come out through an optical output, and that's what runs into a Helix P1 over there, and that runs the subwoofer at the back. So this way we can control everything. This way we can tell every single speaker what range they need to play in, and that's why people freak out when they see the rear sub, front sub. Oh, why do you need 2 subs? They play in a completely different frequency band, and once they are set up, once they are tuned, they blend in. You don't even locate the rear sub, it's playing from up front, from the top of the dashboard. So yes, a bit of tidy up still needed here, like he has a thermostat sensor down there that controls this fan to suck a bit of air out of the space underneath the floor, because it's a bit tight, and all that gear, once the boot is fully loaded, then it can heat up quite quick. But other than that, it's a very practical family car with seats, child seats, and there's also factory integration with MOS 150, because in these Volvos you can have MOS 150 integration, so we get optical signal out of the head unit straight into the DSP, and this way we get unmolested, clean signal. We don't have to run on speaker level. For controlling the system, we have a conductor over there, where we have master level, we have sub level. We can adjust the sub level, turn it down a bit, or whatever level we want. And then we have rear field level that can be adjusted. We also have master EQ. Yellow is treble, and then that purpley one is bass. Then we have manual input selection. We can select the Bluetooth module, the optical input, and by press and holding it you can confirm what input you want to select, and that's where we have the presets. That's where we have now 6 presets. Once it turns red, that means that those are empty slots. You could say more presets there, so that's already a preset. That's where we created different presets, as well as we kept the preset that the car originally came with. It's always good to go back and show the before and after. And then now this wants to turn off as always. So I wouldn't say it's a simple system, because for most people this is terrifying. It's quite complex, but this system plays now beautifully. I will have a separate video just walking around playing a bit of music just for inspiration, mainly blasting, because I have plenty of videos. If you want to check out demo videos on the channel, you can also go to playlists, click on playlist on the top of the channel, and then you can find something like demo, playlist called demo, and over there I have many videos where I recorded cars. Yes, it's just a phone recording, which is a joke, and I always say it's for inspiration, but at least you get a bit of idea about what the car may sound like. And I can only suggest to you guys to try to make a meeting in UK or somewhere in Europe when I travel. I come to Hungary regularly. I travel through Europe, as well as we go to Salzburg to the EMA European finals quite regularly. You can meet us over there as well, just like you did, because you came over there first to listen to our cars, and then you figured out that it's not a joke. Cars have to be set up and tuned properly.
Now it's the system.
It is a system now, yeah. Which cars did you hear in Salzburg from our cars? Mine, Eddie's?
I think all of them.
All of them?
All of
Amarok?
them.
Skoda?
Yeah, all were.
Good.
Yeah, and it was an inspiration for me
Yeah.
to change some components of the system. Now
Some, everything. Yeah, but now we all came together. And that's the best part, when, you know, all that hard work finally shows. And I always emphasize to people to get the car tuned, because till that moment you have no idea what's left in it. And most people start to think about changing equipment, speakers, amplifiers, because this doesn't sound great. Whereas all that it takes is just, you know, proper tuning session. So I thought to show it to you guys, just a nice quick walk around. I'm gonna drop a few things in the description where you can check out the Patreon channel as well, where there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of educational content over there, weekly topics, daily updates we share from the projects we work on. And yeah, hopefully next summer, or whenever I come again, I'll be lucky enough to tune someone else's beautiful system. Because last year we had Andre's Audi, and that turned out beautiful, and then now yours. It's a fantastic system.
I strongly recommend it.
Everyone has to come to get their systems tuned. And I always say, I have 100% guarantee. If it doesn't play what you expect, if it doesn't deliver, I delete the preset I created. You can go away. You don't need to pay. 100% guarantee. Always. I've never seen a single person who would have gone away without my settings. Although I met a guy on the training 2 weeks ago who came with a car. I had to shake his hand, and I told to him that, hey, you know, this is it. This is what I was expecting. One day someone turns up with a system where I don't feel like we must change things. It was nice. It was really, really nice. He managed to deliver something himself that I was proud of. But it showed that, you know, he learned.
Exceptions.
Yes, but he learned a lot from all the content I've been sharing. It wasn't just, you know, miracle, just a surprise or pure luck. It wasn't. He worked hard, he learned a lot, and then he delivered. And then he learned even more on the training. So that was the final missing puzzle for him. And then, yeah, everyone is happy when they leave with a well set up system. Cool. I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Hopefully you liked it. Feel free to share it, comment, do the usual things, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.